This is an evaluation on how my group and I use technology throughout the production of our media text. Technology is the devices, services and applications used in the production of the piece. For example, the DSLR camera is hardware technology used to film during the production phase. As a group, we use a variety of hardware, software and social media to plan, shoot and edit our piece. Firstly, in order to carry out our research into our chosen genre, we needed to find and question our target audience on conventions, personalities, etc. The first step was to require internet access through Safari. This allowed us to connect with millions of people from across the world. In order to find our demographic, we used Padlet, SurveyMonkey and YouTube. All these sites allowed for the target audience to critique and give feedback. Also, it allowed them to answer any questions we had about the audience. This was very useful as the feedback allowed us to improve upon our piece to suit the target audience. It also allowed us to plan a convincing story because it was designed around the target audience feedback. Secondly, during the planning phase, as a group we divided the labour and shared the work equally in order to produce a piece that everyone was proud of. This involved a lot of discussion and note sharing. We are able to keep in communication easily due to social media like Snapchat and Facebook. This allowed the whole group to be fully up to date on the piece's progress 24/7. Note sharing was also easy due to the fact we have a school email to send work to each other and or OneNote provided by the school, which is an easy way to communally share documents. Thirdly, in regards to construction, this phase was to show off our skills in how to use hardware technologies. Hardware is the machines and equipment used to record the required footage and sound. For example, the school provided a DSLR camera and an added Rode mic for the use to shoot our piece. These were used to shoot the cinematography and to record the diegetic sound for our piece. As a group, we were well informed about the use of cameras as we had done extensive research into the ISO, aperture and shutter speed along with the basics. I used the camera a lot to frame key pieces in the sequence and even filmed extra sound effects using the microphone. Another use of hardware was my personal SD and USB stick that was used to transport the media from the camera and into the Mac in order for the post-production in Adobe Premiere Pro. We each personally had a copy in order to avoid problems. Finally, post-production and the uploading of the final task allowed the group to show our skills in software. Software is the application on the computer that allows for the editing of the piece, for example Premiere Pro. I worked extensively with Premiere Pro as I believe that my skills lied in Premiere Pro. After extensive research and using YouTube, I was able to use Premiere Pro to a proficient level. This included putting the sequence together, cutting and cropping, but also for more advanced techniques that allow me to fully portray the horror genre. For example, the desaturation and brightness allow me to correct the piece in order to get the conventional low-key lighting. On top of that, during the title sequence, I added a greenish tint using RGB curves in order to convey to the audience it was a horror piece. Finally, I uploaded every draft to my YouTube channel in order to present it and get feedback via the likes and comment section. This was helpful as it gave the audience's opinion on what they believed needed improving, which we could act upon.